congratulations on your new position. Tell me, tell me a little bit about this new position. Who will you be working with, and what will you be doing?
Well, we'd be working for Windstream. It's a telecommunications company. It's nationally recognized and it's a growing company. So I'm really excited to be part of that kind of culture. I've heard it has a great culture, good job security. I'll be in a network analyst position at a tier 2 level. So I'm really excited about the opportunity.
Well, that's super
Yeah.
exciting. Congratulations again. And is this correct that this is your last day at your old job?
Yes, it is. So it's been a little, bittersweet, but it's time, and I'm really excited for a career change. So.
Well, very exciting. Well, I know that a lot of folks have mentioned that they have read some of your other interviews that we've done in the past. While you've been at camp, you're kind of known as the rugby player success story. So, just to catch up people who might not have read that original interview, would you mind sharing a little bit about your past, your story? What were you doing before you came to LAN WAN Professional?
I was working actually at Reliant Pharmaceuticals in various departments, sales, training development, and operations. During that time, I was also participating in playing rugby on the national team. And I made a decision basically to try to focus on my athletic career since I can only do that for so long. So I decided to make a tough decision to take a leave from Reliant and to focus 100% on my athletic career, which basically brought me to participate in three World Cups around the world, which was a great experience. And so then that brought me to a coaching position at Hendrix College, where, I mean, coaching has always been a passion of mine, and it allowed me to have the flexibility to also train and to really achieve my athletic goals. But in the back of my mind, really, I wanted to kind of utilize my math background, my computer background, and my other passions outside of athletics. And so at this point in my life, I was really ready to have a career change to get into that industry.
Awesome. So, what exactly was it about LAN WAN Professional that I'm not even sure how you guessed, but
Yeah.
what was it that brought you here where you said, this is what I want to do?
Well, I was trying to find a way. I'm not completely patient, so I was trying to find a way to really jumpstart my career change. And I was just brainstorming, and I came across an email from LAN WAN Professional about from the networking side. And the more I researched and looked into it, it seemed like it would be a really a streamlined way for me to gain the hands-on experience that I needed, since I didn't have, specific technical background in the networking industry. So I felt like LAN WAN Professional would give me that, along with some guidance about the industry, as well as, help along the way to get the certification. So I felt like it was just one whole package that could really just jumpstart this career change.
And, and now that you've been through it, was it the whole package for you?
Yeah, I mean, all my goals basically, were answered very quickly. I really feel like the hands-on training was very personalized. I felt like it was a better environment than some of the other boot camps I've seen online. I couldn't really get a gist of what I could get out of that, and it would cost a lot of money. So I feel like I was guided along the way, and with a more personalized feel behind it, especially with the mentor program that LAN WAN has in place. It answered a lot of my questions even during the interview process.
Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit more about your experience as far as going through the program at LAN WAN Professional,
Sure.
especially for those who might be watching and they're wondering, what is this program? I know that sometimes, uh, folks are always kind of wondering the specifics and
Yeah.
it's hard to explain. So, as somebody who's been through it before, uh, can you kind of explain the program that you went through and maybe just a little bit about your thoughts on each part?
Sure. I mean, obviously there's a lot to it. But to kind of break it down in a few pieces, the big things that stand out were just getting me on board with the hands-on technology remotely. That's pretty much how I started the program, and then gained some knowledge that way. And then on top of that, I went to there's camps that you go to really get more hands-on experience. And during that time, I mean, you meet a lot of great people, everybody kind of on the same page as you, maybe various backgrounds. but you create a family there and get really one-on-one training to get you the base and the knowledge of the technology and the concept.
I know that earlier you had mentioned the mentorship, that the component of the LAN WAN Professional program. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that meant for you and what your experience was?
Sure. I mean, I don't have much experience, a lot of experience interviewing in the computer IT industry, especially from the technical interviews. So I feel like my mentor, I mean, just was there for guidance, for a lot of questions that I could ask about the interview process, about my resume, about what to expect going into the interview, depending on which position it was, how to handle recruiters. Um, Really just helped me once again streamline that process because I feel like if I had to learn everything new on my own, it would have taken a lot longer. So just like with in general, LAN WAN just basically really just made everything a real easy process that would just shortened everything up based on the learning curve that they were allowed me to have, plus learn a lot from them.
Awesome. So, let's talk a little bit about that interview process. What are
Mm-hmm.
some of the ways that LAN WAN Professional prepared you for that, whether it was through the technical training or the career prep? Were there some specific ways that you can say, I think this would have been an issue for me, and this is how I was prepared
Sure.
in of it?
I think going through at one of the camps, we definitely focused a lot on the career services that LAN WAN Professional has to offer. And I feel like we did the one-on-one interview, which was videoed, which is very eye-opening. So I think that that helps a lot to see you in an interview to help correct some things, very quickly. Also, just going through some of the possible questions that could be asked of you during the interview, so you can prepare early enough to understand the difference between technical questions, behavioral questions, as well as just knowing how, like I said before, really how to handle the recruiters. I mean, that's a big part of it. So I think the ability to gain that knowledge from LAN WAN and then prepare with it really helps build the confidence in the interview. I felt like I wouldn't have had nearly the confidence going into interviews without knowing the upfront prep questions and the job description help that the mentor would give. I would email, my mentor a job description that I would be possibly interviewing for, and we can sit on the phone and we can talk about it. That could be asked based on this job description. So, I mean, all of that was just amazing to help me feel confident going into the interview.
Awesome. So it's kind of like you didn't have to go in alone, huh?
Yeah, I right, exactly. And then the mentors were just so responsive. They were there to help you, to guide you, to answer any questions. And so I really feel like that definitely helped me in this process to get a job very quickly.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to ask you, I know that you said that you don't have a specific technical background. What did you think about the technical training you experienced through the LAN WAN Professional program, whether it be remote or while you were at the boot camp?
I think the material is incredible and very extensive, and I feel like it it's very thorough and they give you all the knowledge. It's just a matter of working through it. And at any time if I had any questions, I could just call up and get them answered and work with other people as well to try to problem solve. So I think the material is exceptional and I don't think many people would have access to any of that without LAN WAN Professional.
What kind of recommendations would you give to someone who might be considering LAN WAN Professional, but maybe they're unsure or they're kind of on the fence? Or I know I often hear, I've gotten an email a
Uh-huh.
couple of times and I keep deleting it. What would you say to somebody
Yeah.
who's now considering going, is this the right path for me to go on?
I mean, I would say if someone's ready to make the change, then this LAN WAN Professional would be a great way to do that. Like I said, it just jump started my career change. It just gave me all the tools and the resources to be able to pretty much get a job very quickly. And so I think that for anybody who is ready to find a new job in the networking industry, to open up the opportunities that they want going down the road in the future. I just think it's a great way to start that process.
For you. So, I mean, you've answered every question that I have, Ellie. Is there anything that you would like to say? This is your, I always call it the open mic time. You know, you've got your open mic. Is there anything that you would like to say?
I mean, I just want to really just say thank you to all the hard work of all the people that I've come across during my times at the camp. And I know I'll be in touch with everyone still, but I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everyone's hard work, from LAN WAN Professional side to make this happen. I'm sure there's a lot of growing pains and challenges, but I really do appreciate everyone's time working with me, with all my questions that I have, going through my personal process. So, I've achieved the goals that I wanted to achieve through LAN WAN Professional, and so I just wanted to say thank you.